Well, hello. I'm so excited that you got to come and visit me tonight. It's very cold outside, and that's my favorite time to sit and read. And tonight, I have selected a book about Georgia, and I'm going to share it with you. And it's one of my very favorite. And I hope after you hear it that it will be one of your favorite too, and you can begin to read the series about Jungian. So let me show you what we have. Yum is a character in a book called Yum's Mountain Holidays, and it's third in the Georgia series of books written by Rhonda Frost Petty, and it's illustrated by Pam Alexander. And she is a phenomenal, and that means a very good artist. And I was fortunate enough to get to meet her, and she wrote me a very sweet note, and she autographed it with her Vidalia onion, which is her signature character in the books. And this is called Yum's Mountain Holiday. And it says the phrase, be sweet, is hidden in the illustrations or the pictures 7 times in this book. If you can find them all, you are a true sweetie. So as we go through this book, we are also sort of on a scavenger hunt looking for the phrase be sweet and see if we can find all 7 in this book. It says in the beginning, we would like to dedicate this book to all the sweet models and to all the people who love Georgia as much as we do. And it's from the author and the illustrator. And it begins in the city of Atlanta. See how beautiful the pictures are? And there is Yum. He's an onion from Vidalia, Georgia, which is in South Georgia. Yum's last journey ended at the capital of gold, where another adventure was about to unfold. Now, he wanted to meet the past U.S. president. He asked where to find this important state resident. They told him about the Carter Center, a great place to visit in summer and winter. Have you ever been to the Carter Center? It's a wonderful place to go. As luck would have it, Jimmy Carter was there, so Yum asked if he had a few moments to spare. Allow me to introduce myself. I'm Yum. I'm from Vidalia, home of the sweet onion. The president said, it is lovely to meet you. I'm sure my family would love to greet you. My hometown of Plains is a lovely place to see. Would you like to share Thanksgiving dinner with me? And you see, they go into Plains. Yum accepted, and they were on their way. And he was proud to hear the president say, it's an ambassadors we are both often viewed, me for world peace, and you for good food. There's the president, Mr. Carter, and his wife, Rosalind. From big city buildings to low rolling lands, they traveled to Plains and sat down to join hands. And the Thanksgiving feast prepared with great love, they all bowed their heads, returning thanks to above. Thank you, God, with which we've been blessed, the food that we eat and the place we rest. Health, friends, and peace are among the gifts you've given. We are thankful for these blessings and for others. Amen. And you see, Yum is giving thanks. Yum Yum left to look for a new trail to forge. After a short trip, he ended at a gorge. Providence Canyon was this place's real name, but the Little Grand Canyon is its claim to fame. Did you know we had a Grand Canyon in Georgia? You might check out Providence Canyon. In the Chattahoochee River, not too far away, was a huge houseboat. What a fine, lucky day. He talked to the captain about getting a ride. "Of course," said the nice man. "Jump right up inside." And the Chattahoochee River goes into Lake Lanier, and that is probably where they're at, on Lake Lanier. Let's see, he's looking all around. Do you recognize that? I do. That's right here in Gainesville. It says, as the houseboat sailed up Lake Sidney Lanier, Yum Yum said, "I've always wanted to come here. This Georgia lake has a beautiful view. I can even see the mountains here, too." The Summer Olympics were here a while back. The best athletes came here to race their kayaks. He stood there for a while looking back and then forth. Kids playing there told him of a town farther north. We're very fortunate that this is right here. I bet some of you have been over there at the venue at Clark's Bridge. He learned more about this small mountain spot when he stopped to look at a tree lot. In Dahlonega, they said, there are many gold mines. If you're lucky, you may find a nugget that shines. Have you ever been to Dahlonega and went in the mines where the gold rush was? He was in luck. A new tour was starting. The guide said, "In a moment, we will be departing. The mine's a bit cool, so some of the paths a bit steep, and bats like it here. But right now, they're asleep." Do you like bats? Sometimes there can be scary creatures. With a lantern lighting the way down into the cave, Yum Yum wasn't really sure how to behave. This was a neat place and a nice tour group, but his stems were so tall that he needed to stoop. Do you know what stoop means? It means bend over, because it's not very tall in there. See? His head was hitting the top. His stems still brushed the roof and caused bats to scatter. People ducked and looked to see what was the matter. They saw a scared onion running quickly away and shouted, "Come back, Yum Yum, you'll be okay." Ooh, he looks scared, doesn't he? I don't think he thinks it'll be okay. Yum Yum didn't know what had caused the uproar, but soon he came upon an old cart used for ore. He ran so fast and so far, he was tired, so he sat down to get a rest he required. When Yum Yum woke up, it was to a bright light, and he wasn't really sure about this sight. An old gold miner with a lantern and hat bent over and said, "Well, what do you know about that?" He's sleeping in one of the buggies. Yum Yum said, "Please help me, sir. I'm very lost, and I'm the Onion Ambassador, and my name is Yum Yum. Nice to meet you, Yum Yum. Now let's not be delayed. If we hurry, we can still get to the Christmas parade." Ooh, I love Christmas parades, don't you? The decorations were a spectacular scene. The town was adorned with bright gold, red, and green. He loved being a part of the grand celebrations, and Yum Yum learned of a trail through the huge Appalachians. Do you know what Appalachians are? The Appalachian Mountains, and the trail begins here in Georgia. The trail sounds like a fun time of thrills, Yum Yum says. He started toward the big hills. His trip up would be long and the way would be steep, but maybe he'd find a good place to sleep. Look how pretty those mountains are. Miss Alexander is wonderful. He had been hiking a while when it started snowing. He was getting quite tired and his pace was now slowing. There was a bear near the trail eating ripe berries. This might be Yum Yum's case of the scaries. Oh, look at him. He's very scared. There's the bear. The bear didn't see Yum Yum standing right there, and neither did Yum Yum see the big bear. They ran down the trail in opposite ways, more frightened than they had been all of their days. Look, he's hiding. He's very scared. Look at all the snow on the ground. During the day, Yum Yum was a little bolder, but now it was dark and the snow was colder, and he looked for some signal of the trees, but he saw none. Being lost in the woods was not any fun. When Yum Yum thought that all hope was gone, he was just about to mumble and groan. But then he was sure it was music he heard. Could it be? He thought, and his hopefulness stirred. What do you think the music is? Where does it come from? Oh, look, it looks as if there's a cabin. And he's looking through the window. Look at the gentleman playing music and the children with the animals and the presents. Doesn't that look fun? He followed the music until he knew he had found it, a warm little cabin with a porch all around it. When he looked in, he saw some of his favorite things: a Christmas tree, a family, and a banjo with strings. Look, there's a little girl and a little boy. He stood there a moment before he was sighted by two small children who were truly delighted. They ran to the door and opened it wide. "Aren't you freezing?" they asked as they brought him inside. Then he noticed the presents under the tree. "Oh no," he thought sadly. "I've brought no gifts from me." His overall buttons he decided to wrap. "I don't really need 'em. I'll just tie up each strap." Look at him. He's going to give what he has. Yum Yum couldn't believe all the things he could see, like kids hanging stockings and a beautiful tree. He saw the joy showing on each person's face and thought, "I'm so lucky to be in this place." Look, isn't it beautiful? It looks so fun and peaceful. The next morning they found presents from Yum Yum and were touched by the very generous onion. Another gift was spotted sitting under the tree. "To Yum Yum from Santa," they shouted with glee. Do you know what glee is? It means happiness. An overjoyed Yum Yum opened the present from Santa. The tag said, "I'm glad you made it here from Atlanta." Your kindness has made you one who's adored, so a new pair of overalls is your reward. So they could all see, Yum Yum held them up proudly, and so they could all hear, he proclaimed very loudly, I'm an onion ambassador from my stems to my feet, but all Georgia folks make it fun to be sweet. The end. Did you like that book? I certainly did. And on the last page, there's a recipe for Vidalia onion pie. And this was from a lady who won the Vidalia onion cook-off. So if you take this home, you can share it with someone at your house and maybe they will help you make a Vidalia onion pie. This is such a fun book. And like I said, if you would like to know if you correctly found all the bee sweets hidden in the book, there is a website that you can go and it will tell you. And it says, if you didn't find them all, you are a true sweetie, but you are a real good sprout. So once again, this is a book, Yum Yum's Mountain Holiday. And there is a series, and this one is the third one in the series. So I would like for you to check it out. Look at all the beautiful pictures and illustrations. We have a lot of good artists here at Tadmor. And I look forward to hearing how that you read the story and if you liked it. And if you get a chance, you know what I say, you can make a flip grid for me and tell me all the things that you enjoyed about the book as well as reading the others in the series. I hope you enjoyed it. Merry Christmas!